And this week session is, I can't imagine any better soul for doing this guidance than our lovely Gemma, who is really for me such an extraordinary earth fairy. You are really I mean, just look at how beautiful she looks in her surrounding. It's so you, and I can't wait for your guidance today, Gemma. So I hand it over to you, and much love.
Thank you so much, Inken, and welcome everybody to this Earth Child meditation. So yeah, I just want to start off by just sharing a little bit about my perspective on the Earth Child and the inner child that we're going to meditate on today. So as I said in my little pre-spiel online, you know, we are all children of this earth. We may be born of different mothers, but we are all children of the big mother, the divine Mother Earth. And we all have an inner child, that innocent, pure, unburdened presence that's within ourselves, that is our true nature, who loves to play, loves to dance, and loves to feel just pure unconditional joy just because you're alive. It's that feeling of being deeply joyful and blissful, and not really needing a reason why, just because you exist, that's enough. And the ability to just really delight in the simple beauties of nature, the simple beauties of life, to really be able to have that gratitude, that deep gratitude for the simplest of things, the smallest things, a flower, a ladybird. Thinking of Vivian's beautiful ladybird that she put on the advert. Those little things, you know. That's our inner child that lives within us. They remind us that life should be light, you know. They also know, their sense of knowing is through intuition and feeling, not necessarily the words that we have become so dependent upon, that sometimes maybe can be blurred by conditioning or society's demands, you know. And so they know the all-pervading truth of who we are, and know that we belong to nature and that we are nature. And so they can delight in that freedom and majesty of being able to create infinite beauty in world and in their lives. However, sometimes our inner child can carry some wounds that come from early experiences during our formative years. And if those wounds go unacknowledged, they can cause us to, or the inner child in us, to play up throughout our adult life. As feeling beings, you know, our inner child may have become confused when they were in their formative years. They may have been confused because the actions and words of our caregivers didn't align, or maybe they experienced the absence or abandonment physically or emotionally, or just that their caregivers weren't able to love them in the way that they needed to be loved. And so parts of us learn to hide and protect ourselves, or be the good girl or good boy, in an attempt to receive that love that we need so deeply as humans. So sometimes these behaviors can penetrate into our adulthood and still show up, and our inner child sneaks in every now and again, and, you know, stops us from living our true authentic nature. So as a result, we show up inauthentically in life. We protect ourselves by keeping our hearts closed because we're afraid. We've learned to be afraid, especially in intimate relationships. We also hold back our full expression of our big selves, and we play small in life because fear holds us back. So today we're going to go on a journey to meet our inner child and see if we can provide any of the needs that maybe are missing for them, and just fill in some of those gaps and hold them in love and safety and protection. So without further ado, we will begin the meditation. So I will switch off my camera now. Oh, I think I need to turn my birds down a little bit. Is that right, Roberta? Birds a bit too noisy? Okay. That's completely off. At the lowest decibel possible, is that okay? Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay, so I will see you on the other side. Enjoy. So as always, we will begin the meditation by doing a grounding practice. I invite you to do it perhaps slightly differently too. Well, there's some slight additions to how we would normally do it. So resting in whatever space you're in, comfortable, ensuring that you're comfortable and safe and not going to be disturbed. And as you feel ready, shutting down your eyes. And also, as I love to always do, just taking one nice deep cleansing breath to begin with, and letting out a sound if needed, to just let go of anything that you've brought with you into this space and just be able to be present here in this moment for this journey together. So from where you are sitting, imagine yourself creating some roots. I like to use golden roots, but whatever you're used to or whatever feels comfortable for you, allowing those roots to go down through the floors of your building if there are floors, or to reach the earth beneath you. They may be thick roots or thin roots. There's no right or wrong, just whatever feels good for you. So allowing those roots to penetrate down through the moist, soft soil on the top layers, reaching down further into the more compacted layers, through the rocky layers, allowing those roots to spread far, keeping you solid and grounded in the earth, reaching down into the crystalline layers of the earth, those beautiful crystalline caverns filled with cleansing, nourishing, sparkly crystals, full of magic, full of majesty, full of divinity. The sound of water trickling through the crystals and taking in some of the nourishment that's present there for you as a gift from Mother Nature. And continuing your roots down through these crystalline layers and down through into the molten layer of the earth, where it's warm and safe, supportive, and envelops you in love. And then moving down, right down to the core of the earth, where in the center of the earth sits a heart-shaped rose quartz crystal. And wrapping your roots around this core of Mother Nature, where her divine essence is at its strongest, where you can feel her divine love. Allow yourself to receive that divine love and bring it back up through the roots, all the way up into your body, filling up your whole body and centering in your heart. So receiving that love from Mother Earth. And now looking to the skies, up towards Father Sun, up to the divine light above, feeling or experiencing or visualizing an opening of your crown chakra at the top of your head. It may open like a lotus flower or a spiral, or you may feel a tingling sensation. Opening it up and allowing the divine love and light from source energy, creator, the universe, whoever it is for you, to come down and fill your body with divine light, pure light. Allowing it to fill your body and centering in your heart, and in a beautiful mixture of Mother Earth's grounding, solid, loving energy, and the divine from above's light, pure golden energy mixing in your heart, knowing that you're in a place of safety and love. And then I invite you to call in anybody else that you feel is an important person to be present with you here for this experience. It may be family current, it may be family past, ancestors. It may be spirit guides, maybe beings of light. Could be spirit animals, anybody that you need or you feel should be present here for this experience. And if they are present, then they're here holding a divine presence for you, holding a space of love and protection and safety. So now that you're feeling in a very safe space, protected from above and below by Mother Earth and the divine, surrounded by guides, angels, archangels, anybody that you call in for protection, I invite you to imagine yourself in a forest, surrounded by birds singing. The sun is shining brightly, but the light is scattering as it comes through the canopy above. And if you have been present for my meditation previously, you'll remember that we had an experience with a sacred tree, our sacred tree. And I invite you to call back in that sacred tree into this space. And this sacred tree will take part in this meditation also. If you weren't here previously, I invite you to imagine yourself in the forest. Just take a look around you. Have a look at the trees and see if there's a tree that calls to you, that calls to your heart. It may be a big, strong, solid oak tree. Maybe a tall, thin coconut tree. It could be any tree that feels right for you. And I invite you to walk towards this tree. And as you walk towards it, feel its energy, feel its love, feel that it's only there for your well-being, your goodness. It's strong and protective, and it's going to hold you in this sacred space for this journey. I invite you to begin to climb this tree. Maybe the tree has some stairs carved into it. That would be quite beautiful. Maybe it's got some branches that are just perfectly placed to allow you to climb it. And I invite you to climb it until you reach the center, the trunk. And imagining that there's a space in the center of the trunk that is just big enough for you to sit in. This will provide you with a beautiful, intimate space on which to travel this journey. So once you've climbed the tree, reaching this central place in the center of the tree and settling yourself down, feeling the protective, loving, gentle energy of the tree, listening to the birds around you, listening to the wind gently blowing through the tree, listening to the leaves, and knowing that you are in a safe and sacred place, held by the divine Mother Earth in safety and love. And now I invite you to call in your inner child. See if you can find your inner child around you. Maybe they're sitting on a branch. Maybe there's a swing attached to the tree that you hadn't noticed and they're swinging on the swing. Maybe they've climbed high, high up. Maybe they're hiding. Maybe they're just behind you. How do they look? You may not see them and you may only feel the presence of your inner child, and that's completely fine. There is no wrong or right here. You may not be able to see them physically, but you may be able to feel their presence. How old are they? Maybe they're a young child, a 3-year-old. Maybe they're an older child, full of all the curiosity and interest of life. Maybe they're 7 or 8. Maybe they're young teenagers. There is no right or wrong. Your inner child is your inner child. Maybe they're even, up to the age of 20 or more. Whatever you see, whatever you feel is right for you. What is their predominant emotion? How do they feel right now? When you look at them, when you feel into them, do they feel happy? Do they feel sad? Are they crying? Are they playing? Are they despondent? Are they hiding somewhere? How are they feeling and what are they doing? Can you try to connect with your inner child? Sometimes they may be despondent. They may not want to connect with you immediately. That's okay. Maybe you can try and catch their attention by making eye contact. Maybe you can reach out a hand to them. Maybe you want to say something to them. Or maybe they just want to run straight into your arms. Maybe you can engage with them in some play. Maybe there's some acorns around or leaves and you could engage with them through an act of play to get their attention, to draw them towards you. Or maybe they just remain despondent, and that's okay. But holding them in your loving presence is the most important thing. So now that you have taken a moment to engage with the inner child, I invite you to hold them in your presence. Let them feel you. Let them feel your love. Using all of the safety, love, and security that you've created around you in preparation for meeting them. Bring them into that place of safety, into that space, and hold them in that presence. So they too can feel, begin to feel welcome, loved, and safe. Now, in order to make an offering of support to our inner child, I invite you to connect with your divine feminine essence. In order to do that, I invite you to imagine your divine feminine essence is in front of you, sitting opposite you. Again, it may just be a feeling, a presence. You may not actually see anything specific, or you may see a version of yourself. You may see something else, a color, a shape, a being, an animal, a goddess. Whatever it is right for you. Invite that divine feminine essence into the space. And allow yourself to feel, what is her nature? What does she have that she can offer that inner child, that maybe that inner child is needing? Maybe it's love. Maybe it's nurturing, compassion, or gentleness. Just taking a minute to feel into what it is that she is able to bring. What is she able to offer to the inner child? And feeling that and seeing that in her as she sits opposite you. And once you've cultivated that sense, that feeling, that offering, I invite you to step into that feminine essence, to embody it. So, choosing to imagine yourself moving from where you're sitting to sit in the space of the divine feminine, and allowing that feminine essence, love, nurturing, compassion, gentleness, to be embodied within you. And allow it to sit somewhere in your body. There is no right or wrong. Just where does it feel right for that feminine essence to reside within your body? Imagine it like a gift. So you can place it in a place in your body so that when you need to offer it to your inner child, you have it ready and available to you. So it may be your heart, it may be your big toe, it may be your little finger. There is no right or wrong. Just allow that feminine essence to embody within you somewhere. And now moving to embody and call in the divine masculine essence. Again, sitting opposite the divine masculine essence and imagining their presence in front of you. What is their nature? How do they feel to you? Are they strong, grounded, protective, supportive? Hero-like, valiant, honourable, proud? Feel their pure essence. And know that the essence also too lives within you. Just feeling into that for a moment. Allowing those feelings to cultivate. And whenever you feel ready, allowing yourself to embody the divine masculine energy, again by sitting in that essence, allowing that essence to flood through your body and find itself nestled somewhere, wherever feels right for you. Maybe it's your spine, maybe it's your tongue, maybe it's your knee, anywhere, wherever's right for you. Knowing that you have now embodied both your pure divine feminine energy, love, nurturing, compassion, gentleness, sweetness, and the divine masculine energy, strong, protective, courageous, supportive, valiant, honourable. Knowing that both of those things lie within you. And now turning back to your inner child who has been playing, waiting for you whilst we've been cultivating this powerful energy of masculine, feminine essence within. And offering whatever it is the masculine and feminine within you is able to offer to that child. The love, the nurturing, gentleness, the support, the protection, the belonging. Breathing out that, all of that essence and flooding that inner child with all of these things, all of these gifts, all of these things that he or she needs to feel safe. And as you do that, whispering to your inner child, you are loved. You are safe. I will never abandon you. I am always here for you. Always. You are perfect. You are enough. And anything else that you are called to share with your inner child, do that now. Just keep sending that beautiful divine feminine, divine masculine energy, flooding your child with all the love, safety, support, belonging, nurturing that he or she or they desire. Taking some breaths whilst you're doing this. And you may wish to embrace your inner child in your arms if they feel that's what they want. You may wish to hold their hand. You may wish to allow them to sit between your legs and you cuddle them from behind. Invite them to do whatever feels good and right for you and for them. Just to allow them to have that physical embrace as well of feeling completely safe, completely loved, and completely belonging. Now that we've fully provided our inner child with what they need in this moment, I invite you and your inner child together in love to come down from the tree, knowing that you are both safe, and to come to a clearing in the forest that is bordered by a stone circle, and join all of the other members of the Light Warrior Collective, the adults on the outside standing hand in hand, and all the inner children in the middle together, playing. As adults, we create a sacred energy field that is filled with all of the love, all of the safety, and all of the belonging that we have cultivated in this practice. And we allow our children to play together. Let's take a few moments to just create this beautiful bubble of energy for all of our inner children to feel safe together, so we can unite them all in a circle of love. Receiving all of the energies from everybody in the collective as we do this, allowing those energies to unite together and grow into one beautiful globe of love. Where our inner child is safe to feel, safe to be in their divine essence, to play, knowing that they don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about you. They don't have to worry about the responsibilities of life. You've got all of those things in hand. They don't need to be afraid. They can play. They can do what brings them joy. They can be in their bliss. And now, looking to your own inner child playing, what is it that they're doing right now in this moment? What is it that actually does bring them joy? What do you see them doing? And noting this, so that you may be able to cultivate more of this in your day-to-day life. How do they like to play? What do they like to do? What really, really brings them deep joy? And as we stand hand in hand in this circle of love, know that you can come and check on your inner child anytime. Maybe it could be here in this sacred circle here on the earth, the raw earth, surrounded by the trees as earth children. Or maybe it's somewhere that your inner child feels that sense of love, safety, and belonging. Maybe you might intuitively feel that you need to check on them sometimes. Or maybe you can identify when their wounded behavior pops up in your life and triggers you, and you then made aware that you need to go and check on them and give them what they need. I find it helpful to check on them most days and just ensure there's nothing that I need to give them. Ensure that they're happy and they're playing and they're not distracted with the worries of the world. And if they are, ask them what it is they need in that moment. Reassure them that you are their ever-present and unconditional provider, and reassuring them that they are safe to play and there's no need for them to worry, and that you have all of their needs addressed. So now, as we bring this sacred journey to a close, giving gratitude to all of the others in this circle, all the light warriors here today, for their presence, for their love, for their contribution. Embracing your inner child once more, telling them any more last words of reassurance, and allowing yourself to feel that joy, that inner joy, that unconditional joy, and being able to allow yourself that gift to take that unconditional joy out into the world, into the rest of your day, that piece of your inner child, allowing it to continue on into the rest of your day and the rest of your life, knowing it's always there, always present for us whenever we choose to embrace it. So never forget to play. So taking a few deep breaths to complete this experience, this journey, thanking any spirit guides, ancestors, family present that we called in at the beginning of the session, angels, archangels, whoever it was here for you, thanking Mother Earth for her divine love and her divine presence, and the divine above. And when you're ready, coming back into the earth plane, back into your body, back into this space, twiddling your fingers, as and when you're ready, coming back.